Namaste. My name is JVN Rishi Gautam from Department of Journalism. Today's topic is difference between mass communication and group communication. The first one is mass communication. Mass communication is the process of imparting and exchanging information through mass media to large segments of the population. It is usually understood for relating to various forms of media, as these technologies are used for the dissemination of information, of which journalism and advertising are part. Mass communication differs from other forms of communication, such as interpersonal communication and organizational communication, because it focuses on particular resources transmitting information to numerous receivers. The study of mass communication is chiefly concerned with how the content of mass communication persuades or otherwise affects the behavior, the attitude, opinion, or emotion of the people receiving the information. Normally, transmission of messages to many persons at a time is called mass communication. But in a complete sense, mass communication can be understood as the process of extensive circulation of information within regions and across the globe. Through mass communication, information can be transmitted quickly to many people who generally stay far away from the sources of information. Mass communication is practiced multiple mediums such as radio, television, social networking, billboards, newspapers, magazines, film, and the internet. नेक्स्ट इज़ ग्रुप कम्युनिकेशन, यानी कि ग्रुप कम्युनिकेशन क्या है, इसके बारे में हम जानेंगे कि व्हाट इज़ ग्रुप कम्युनिकेशन. द टर्म ग्रुप कम्युनिकेशन refers to the messages that are exchanged by group members. The messages that are exchanged by group members provide evidence of the nature of the group. The messages that are exchanged identify where the group is a social group or a task group. Families, friendship circles, work teams, committees, and sports teams are all examples of groups. Individuals belong to many types of groups. The quality of people's everyday life depends in important ways on the groups to which they belong. Much of the work and many of the decisions that shape the world depends on the actions that groups take. Groups are important because they influence the way in which people experience and understand the world. The study of group communication helps further the understanding of how groups function in influencing individuals and society. Additionally, the study of groups can lead to innovations in such things as technology, government, and organizational policy. Defining a group. To understand groups, there must be some way of determining what makes a collection of people a group. The number of members can be used to distinguish groups from other forms of social behavior such as crowds, organizations, and interpersonal relationships. Groups which are obviously bigger in size than interpersonal relationships but smaller than crowds or organizations typically have around 5 members but can be as large as 20 members. This supports the theory that the ideal decision-making group consists of 5 members plus or minus 2. While it is useful, the number of members does not capture exactly what makes a collection a group. A group is not a crowd or a mob, as with crowds such as those that gather for sporting events or around the scene of an accident. Groups focus their attention on particular matters of interest. Unlike crowds, groups are more than just a collection of individuals. People come together in groups to accomplish a set of goals and to work together to accomplish those goals. Crowds disperse once the event that draws their attention is over, but a group remains intact. A group is not an organization. As with organizations such as business firms or school districts, a group has rules and expectations that help members accomplish shared goals. Unlike organizations, groups do not develop a bureaucracy to organize members and do not hire managers to enforce the rules. Instead, members of small groups, typically know each other, develop informal rules and norms, and monitor each other's behavior. A group is not an interpersonal pairing of two individuals. As with interpersonal relationships, such as those between friends, parents, and children, or co-workers, group members interact with each other and influence each other at a personal level. Groups, however, include at least 3 people who have a common relationship and develop a scene of mutual belonging that differs from any interpersonal relationship that might exist between any two given members of the group. Because the number of members is just a useful starting point for understanding groups, it is important to understand that a collection becomes a group only when the members share a goal, hold expectations over each other about participating in and belonging to the group, create identities for the group and its members, and influence each other and develop strategies and tactics to control each other and maintain the group. Thank you.